It's 48 scale, so it's actually quite a large aircraft. Big box because it's full of bits. A really good build. Hello, this is BJ from Hearns Hobbies, and today I'm going to be looking at one of the KittyHawk kits. It's one of the new ones. It's the Sukhoi SU-27UB. So this is a Flanker C, which was the training version of the SU-27. So this is the twin-seater version. Now, KittyHawk's a Chinese company. It's been around for some time now. So the kits have been pretty good, but being the newer ones are even better, and I'll give you a look at what's in here and just pinpoint all the differences. Alright, so first thing comes up, we've got the clear parts. So the clear parts, first thing you'll notice, I don't know if you'll be able to get close enough to see this, but you'll see all the rivet detail around the edges of the frame of the canopy. Now the mouldings are very clean, and it's very well polished, although with this one you'll still need to polish the center, I think. No? Yes, just a little bit. So because there's a mould line down the center here, and that tends to be pretty typical on these sort of bulbous canopies on modern aircraft. So unfortunately I can't do it in one shot with a mould, so it will need to be split, goes in the center, comes apart, and then it leaves a line. So it's easily sanded, then polished back. So you've got all the different lenses for the navigation lights as well, and the front end of the cockpit. So pop that over there. Next obvious parts are the fuselage parts. So most other aircraft are split down the center, simply because of the size. These are a very flat aircraft. These are split down horizontally. So you've got the top section. I'll pop that there. So you'll see that's got some really nice surface detail as well. And then you've got the bottom. So you've got the bottom of the fuselage as well. Let's just flip around this way. Okay, so that allows the two halves just to go together, and then the wings just slot in the sides, so you get a very easy alignment. So you see the wings are here. Super fine detail again on the rivets. So this is reminiscent of Hasegawa. They're quite fine. So you just got to make sure that you don't sand a lot of this detail off when you're joining the parts. So you've got individual front slats, and you've got individual flaps. Like so. Okay, so you've got extra parts here. So this is the horizontal stabilizers, which is the tail end of the plane. Super fine details you see on some of these ribs. Okay. Now we've got here, we've got some of the engine intakes. They're quite extensive because the engines, as I'll show you in a second, have full detail. So you've got two identical sprues right here. See the engine halves here. You've got all the fans. And then I think you may be able to see these are the undercarriage wheels, and we've got the weighted flat bits on them. So when you have those, the flat parts touch the ground, it gives you the impression of weight. A really nice touch. So you've got all the avionics as extras, you've got some seats here, you've got the nozzles at this point. Really nice, lots of bits. Okay, so we've got another bit here, you've got the nose cone. Now, these are the slats for the wings that we saw earlier. And then you've got some of the undercarriage, engine parts, undercarriage here. And then there's also the avionics that you can see for the front. So the nose cone does come off. I think parts of those are here. But then you've got a nose wheel there as well. Alright, these last bits, that's all of your armament. So you've got a huge, massive choice there. You've got guided missiles, you've got avionic pods, bombs, all sorts of things, which is great. Okay, and then you've got the big sheet of decals, and you've got some photo etch parts here as well. So the photo etch brass, you just do some super glue to glue those on, bit of care to cut them out. You've got a whole heap of these fine stencils. So all in all, with the surface detail of the plastic, and then also all these finer decals here, you have a really interesting aircraft. So you got some Chinese ones here. and you've got some Russian Federation as well. Okay, and then finalise it off. You got big manual. Manuals are getting thick these days, so KittyHawk manuals are all very good too. So I mean, it's very customary to have one sheet here to show you where all the bits and pieces are and what they look like to help you identify them. And then they'll have the very simple diagrams of which parts you use. So PE being photo etch, so that'll be for the seat belts. So you start off with the cockpit. Oops. Cockpit complete. You get the engines. Engines fit into the fuselage. Cockpit in. Cockpit halves joined, and then you've got the air intakes. Goes on to you've got colouring diagrams here right in the middle. Well, they put them in the middle so they're easy to remove. So you get a better guide. So let's just quickly go through there. There's a lot of different options, as you can see. And then there's all your armament descriptions. Okay, continue with the assembly. You got the nozzles going on, the air brakes, doing the undercarriage and the wings. Undercarriage, that's the front end. Got all the undercarriage doors, all the very fine sensors, pilot tubes. Here you go, your front radar goes on. Doing the canopy, and then the final assembly. So you've got the nose cone that comes off, hides the radar detail, and then you've got the missile assembly. And that's it. So that's a completed SU-27 from KittyHawk. I didn't say the scale, did I? It's 48 scale, so it's actually quite a large aircraft. Big box because it's full of bits. A really good build. So if you really like the flankers, which I do, they're quite an interesting shape. One of the better shapes, I think, from the Russian aircraft. Get yourself one of these. Really good.